it just blows my mind because I just want to smack them across the face to be like, bitch, you're not too old to start fighting or start training.
Hi Sean, this is Chris from Wiltshire in England. I train out of Doctores Muay Thai at Gracie Barra, Swindon. My question to you today, I'm 45 years old. I started training about 7 months ago with Muay Thai, and I train about 3 days a week. It was originally an add-on to my other fitness goals, and very rapidly took over and being my main focus. I love Muay Thai. I love the grace, the strength, the control, just everything about it I find just absolutely mind-blowing. And that's led me to thinking that the natural progression from here is to fight competitively. Now, being 45, I just wonder how realistic that is, whether you think that's something I could realistically look at going for, and what I could do to support that goal. Any modifications to my training regime, anything really. I train Muay Thai 3 days a week. The other 3 days I do strength and conditioning training, mostly body weight stuff. I walk vigorously with my dogs about 10 kilometres a day. So really just want your feedback on A, do you think it's realistic that a 45-year-old guy could fight competitively in Muay Thai? And B, the sort of time scale you think, how long it would take to get, at least basically ready to start sort of seriously considering that. I look forward to your feedback. Thanks very much. I love Muay Thai Guy. Find Nak Muay Nation fantastic. Follow all your stuff on YouTube and on the web. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks a lot, Sean. Bye.
Thanks, Chris, for your question and for the support. It's great to have you a part of Nak Muay Nation, bro. And to answer your question, when it comes to the age, it's just a number, or how old is too old to start training, or how old is too old to start fighting. This is honestly one of the most common questions I get, and it's funny too because sometimes I get these questions from teenagers or people in their early to mid 20s, and it just blows my mind because I just want to smack them across the face to be like, bitch, you're not too old to start fighting or start training. Well, A, you're never too old to start training. The benefits that you get from it physically, mentally, spiritually are good for anybody at any age, and as long as you're able to adapt your training based on your skill level and abilities, then I think training Muay Thai is fucking badass, so you definitely should do it. Now when it comes to Muay Thai though, age is going to be a little bit more of a factor because obviously as you get older you start to slow down a little bit, your reaction speed isn't as fast, and the risk of getting injured is a little bit higher too, just because of old age. And when it comes down to it, I really think it just depends on the individual. And to answer your question specifically, is it realistic for you at 45 to fight? Hell fucking yeah, man. You look like you're sharp, you're in shape, you're training 3 times a week, Muay Thai 3 times a week, strength conditioning, and that's a really good base to start off with. And when it comes to actually training for a fight, you might want to start focusing more on the Muay Thai aspects of it, just because the technique, the strategy, all that kind of stuff is going to play a bigger role in the context of a fight than strength and conditioning is. That being said, strength and conditioning is obviously important, so do what you can with that. Now when it comes to training for your first fight, which we're talking about, cardio is super fucking important. So doing your road work, getting sprints in, doing pad work, heavy bag work, all that kind of stuff, and really developing your aerobic and anaerobic thresholds is going to be super important for you early on in your amateur career, because most of the time when you're in your first couple of fights, the person who is in better shape and who can throw more and land more in the 3 rounds that you're in is going to win the fight most of the time. And that being said, a lot of people gas out in the first or second round too, so if you're able to keep the constant pressure moving forward, throwing combinations, landing strikes, that's going to play a role in the judges' eyes as well. Now also you want to consider is that a lot of people, I mean, like me personally, when I first started fighting, I thought I was just going to win based off toughness and having this sick beard, But when it came down to it, after a few fights, when my toughness was what won me the fight, I started fighting guys just as tough as me, if not tougher. And so my toughness really didn't do anything, and I was just getting beat up to beat people up. and I don't want to get beat up anymore. Like fuck that, you know. Like I want to keep my pretty face and my brain cells intact. So now I'm focusing more on defense, more on the tactical aspects of fighting, more the technique, because that's what's really gonna win me fights and hit not get hit, right? That's the whole concept of the fight game of boxing, Muay Thai, anything. You don't want to get hit. So a lot of people overlook the defensive aspects of fighting. Everyone knows how to throw a punch. Everyone knows how to throw a kick. Everyone knows the striking aspects, but not everyone knows how to defend properly or to counter or to angle off or to clinch and that kind of stuff. And that's the kind of stuff, especially early on, that's gonna make a huge difference in your competition. Because I mean, if you're focusing on defense and clinch and aspects that not a lot of people focus on, you're just gonna have a huge leg up on your opponent. So, is it realistic to fight at 45? Hell yeah. Just make sure that your mindset is right. You're developing that motivation to make the sacrifices necessary to get the training in, put the time in, whether it's the road work, the Muay Thai specific training, or strength and conditioning. Focusing on your mindset. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but the adrenaline dump is a real thing too. And when you have the adrenaline dump early on in a fight, the fight just feels like it's lasting forever and it's horrible. And I've gone through it too. And I think a great way to avoid that adrenaline dump, which a lot of people go through, almost everyone goes through at some point in their fight career, is to build more mental awareness as well. Because the more mental awareness you have, the more composure you have, the more likely you're able to control that adrenaline, so you're not just wailing around and swimming with your punches, so this way you're gassing out super early. So developing some kind of mental practice is also super important. Doing some meditation, visualization, or just being present when you're doing sparring. And speaking of which, sparring, that's another really, really important thing, because you can do all these techniques and defensive maneuvers while you're on the heavy bag or doing pad work, but once you get punched in the face or kicked to the body, everything fucking changes. So you have to know how to react. And so being punched in the face, you kind of have to get used to it. You have to get used to getting kicked in the legs. You have to develop that type of conditioning. So yeah, those are my main tips to give you. Hopefully those help guide you a little bit. And I hope you do take a fight, because that would be really exciting. And I tell everybody they should have at least one fight in their life, because it's a very insightful thing to who you are. And it teaches me a lot about myself and why I do what I do. So yeah, best of luck to you. Thanks again, Chris, for your question and your support. And to anyone else, if you have any questions, Muay Thai specific, I would love to answer them. I love helping out the Muay Thai community, just sharing my experiences and whatever kind of knowledge I have through my training and fight days. So yeah, just shoot me an email at Sean@NakMuayNation.com, preferably video format. And if I pick your question, you win a free t-shirt or tank top as well. So it's pretty sweet. But until next time, hopefully this helped you out. I'll talk to you soon. Peace, bitches. Oh my, this is fucking crazy.